didn't, it didn't take off right at first, I mean, and we at first were, he was gonna sign with Network Records. I mean, it's a pretty famous story, but like Network had run into some, like in January, had run into something, and we're like, well, still wanted to sign. And of course, we wanted to be on Network because they had Skinny Puppy and Chris and Cozy, and I think Teardrop Explodes was on them at the time. I think Pink Dots may have had a record or some. They had everything that you wanted. It was like them and Wax Trax were the two labels that you strove for as as electronic artist back then. But they had to put it on hold for a few months because of like internal, just was budgetary or something, But in the meantime, Skinny Puppy was on tour for Vivis XX, and they'd come through Cleveland, and of course we went to the show and got to meet the band. And then Network's like, hey, why don't you guys? We don't have an opening act. Why don't you guys go finish the tour, like 6-7 shows, like East Coast, And we were like, well, we've never even played live. We don't even know how we haven't even thought about how to put it together yet. But we said yes anyway, and stayed up for 5 days. And we got we didn't know any keyboard players, but we knew a drummer friend. So, I actually played keyboards for the first incarnation, keyboards and an octapad, triggering some sounds off of a SP12 drum machine. And then we got a friend of ours, drums, to play pad drums, like one of the electronic kits, like I was talking about a Simmons kit or one other kit that had been invented by then. And we tried it. We went out and did it. It was rough. It didn't go smooth at all. Trying to conceptualize and then technologically pull off. We only played like 30 minutes. Basically just the Pretty Machine record at the time. But yeah, we started in Pittsburgh like 5 days after and did it. And, that was really exciting to be opening for Skinny Puppy. And we drove around, 3 of us drove around in Trent's Honda Civic with the gear and the patch. And, it was like that kind of thing. But while we were doing a New York show, it was on a Halloween, I believe. Somebody from this label, TVT, came to the show and they were like, you guys sign? Well, before you do, don't, here's our card. And that story's, eventually ended up actually signing the TVT, which everybody knows what happened there. So, but yeah, it was different, and it was, it was kind of making it up as we went, I think, at the time.